And good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. It's a beautiful day outside. So I went for today. I went for a walk slash run and came back, did a little exercise, and have discovered that squat jumps are the devil. They are heinous and yeah. So, but doing what I can to take care of myself and stay healthy, and I hope and pray that you are as well. Be well, be safe, be blessed, and got that in early this morning before getting to the work of the day. So really appreciative of the fact that you all are chosen to connect and staying connected and doing what you do to help our learners. I want to give a quick shout out to my friend Tara Martin and a quick shout out to Dave Burgess Publishing. They're doing this series on teacher appreciation, and I just had a good video talk with her and record it and put it out there, and it just got me feeling very appreciative of all the teachers that I've had in my life, who've made a difference to me. I I love my teachers. They've done a great job. I mentioned this in the book. We can't do the same thing that our teachers did for our learners because our learners need something different for their world. But my teachers, they did the best they could. They loved on me. They helped shape me. My mom was. I talk about that. My mom worked at my school as a teacher assistant, and she advocated for me in addition to them, and I had a great experience. So those are the memories that we have, and the inspiration that we take with us in our journey to be the difference for our learners today. So, thanks to all the teachers out there. I say that throughout this whole thing, but really thank you for just what you've done. Um, when you were in your teacher prep program, when you were in your principal prep program, who prepared you for remote learning or teach from home? Couldn't, because it's unforeseen. So we do what we do. We do what educators do. We adjust and we make sure that the kids are going to be there, and that the kids are going to be taken care of, and that we're going to be there. So thank you guys so much for what you do. Um, I heard a couple things I wanted to share out there. Have some schools who are ending the school year early, like in the next week or two. So, this is happening in some districts in Georgia. This is happening in some districts wherever. But that's that's a lot to take to digest. That's a lot to hold on to. It's a lot to process. Is that we're ending school early? You know, yeah, lessons, yeah, learning, but think about the connections that we're going to be missing out on. Think about how kids plan. They get mentally prepared for their connections from September to May, June. They plan for that. It got abruptly interrupted, and now for some it's going to be abruptly ended. What are we doing to make to really let kids know not just how we feel for them, but that it's going to be okay, and to help them process what they're going through? You know, um, uh, think about that throughout the day. And I'm not saying prepare big speeches or whatever, um, but that's a significant adjustment. None of us have experienced anything like this. Um, so I can't imagine what's going on through the mind of an eager 9-year-old, 11-year-old, 13-year-old. Some of our a lot of our high schoolers who love coming to school and mixing it in, and mixing it in with teachers and students. And to hear that the school year is ending, that's a lot. That's a lot. My district now, Grady County, we've a lot of our efforts focus on feeding learners. You know, I was having a good talk with my friend Glenn Robbins the other day, and it's fantastic talk. And I think I told you about it, but he's really worried about some of his families who hourly workers. When some of the industries close down, how are they going to eat? So a lot of our families in those situations, I think about where I grew up. I think about where the schools where I've taught, in low-income schools, I should say, not school districts, but low-income schools. And how are we gonna deal with that? How are we gonna make that adjustment? That's something to consider, to think about. The school year ends, how do we take care of them? How do we make sure that they're going to be okay? So it's going to call for some extraordinary measures. It's going to call for us to be that difference, to be that thing that's going to above and beyond. I don't want to say forget what they told you in teacher college, but don't forget that. We got to think beyond that. You got to think what's really important here. What's the most important thing that we can focus on here, and then make that the priority. I think we're going to be looking at some things differently. We're going to be looking at when things come back. Consider what's going to happen when we come back. I'm going to be talking to a group of principals soon. And one of the things that we're going to talk about is, eventually planning what happens when we come back. What happens when kids come back and you were a 2nd, 4th, 6th, 8th grade teacher, or you were you're in a high school class, and it was just getting good and intense, and the conversations were going, the learning was up to that level, and then all of a sudden we had to stop, right? And then we didn't see you for the rest of the school year, except for maybe some Zoom, which is cool. I shouldn't say Zoom, except for digital. And then school year ended. How are we going to help bring some resolution to that? How are we going to help? Because if you want to think about it, it's like a conversation that got interrupted, kind of. Think of it as you're in the middle of an intense conversation and suddenly had to leave, but you kind of texted to stay in touch. It's good, but it's not the same. So as we're planning, not just the rest of the school year, and I'm not saying plan out, just add more things to the table, but in the back of your mind, just mull over, just kind of keep there. When the school year starts back, how we're going to bring some resolution to some open-ended experiences that we had now. Because if we do plan it, it's going to help learners. It's going to help them. It's going to help everyone with their resolve, with their feelings, and how they process through this whole thing. They'll see the model. They'll see us model good behaviors and good planning and prioritize what's really important. And they'll take that with them. It's a lot. It is. A lot is called upon us, and people are realizing how much is called upon teachers. But thank you guys for what you do. I personally want to thank all my teachers for what they've done for me. I'm thankful for the teachers that I have worked with and who've done tremendous things. When I was talking to Tara, I listed some teachers, but it just made me think about some of the other teachers out there. And just, I didn't want to name any because I'll leave some people off, but, I know some teachers who are just incredible relationship builders, and they're just making it happen. And I know that's where you are as well. So as we're moving forward, I want to make this offer again. If you want to connect, hit me up here. DM me. Can't wait to talk to you. Would love to connect with you. Let's talk about where you are. Have some talks coming up. We'll love to have you join then. Just look out for some stuff coming out on throughout social media in the next couple of weeks. One of the biggest pieces that we're going to dive into is planning for learners next year and different learning experiences based on what we're going through now. Getting our learners to be more researchers, communicators, collaborators, and building up resilience. So that's something that we can always work on. But now that we have this experience now behind us, or we're going to have this experience behind us eventually, we'll see how that can be different, how it needs to be different. So let's keep working on that. So shout out to everybody. Be well, be safe, be blessed. Take care of yourselves. I hope you find the exercise. For me, it's squat jumps, the devil. But I hope you find a good exercise that's going to challenge you, or find something that's going to bring you some peace as well. So love you guys. Talk to you later.